Hey friends, it's your boy SVH coming at you with today's bowl of Saki by Hazrat Inayat Khan for September 10th. It is the fruit that makes the tree bow low. It is the fruit that makes the tree bow low. Um, I typically, all of these phrases and sayings come from a book called Bowl of Saki, which are was compiled, I think, a collection of these daily sayings that were collected in Murshid's time, in the time of Hazrat Inayat Khan, and put together in kind of a book format over the years, known as the Bowl of Saki. And they're little daily nuggets of wisdom, little a lot of times in mysticism, especially in Sufi mysticism, you'll hear a lot about the wine of the mystic and the intoxication of God. So I think the bowl of Saki, for me anyway, it alludes to uh, Saki being knowledge is what it means in this aspect, a bowl of knowledge. But in the terms of sake, Sake, and the like rice wine that you have with your sushi, um, a bowl of sake is like really a heaping dose of this um, intoxicant, right? So when I think of a bowl of sake, I think of drinking a big bowl of this intoxicating wisdom and knowledge that comes from God, and this drinking this from the true fountain, um, you know, of the bowl of sake. So anyway, all that to say that for a long time when I was doing these, I was just reading them from the book, and giving a little bit of a thought on it each day. Lately, I've been really enjoying going to a website called wahidudin.net. I've been going there for years. You can subscribe to the bowl of sake there and have it emailed to you every day. And so it's nice to have an email each day with the bowl of sake come. And then there's commentary there. And the commentary is all taken from different volumes of Inayat Khan's teachings. But they're compiled in a way that really fits, with the meaning of the particular phrase for the day. So I typically go to that website, wahidudin.net, and pull it up, but it's down for maintenance at the moment. So I'm going to wing it old school style like I used to do before, and I'm just going to read you guys the actual bowl of sake, like I just did there. So it is the fruit that makes the tree bow low. So what does this mean? When you think of a tree and it bearing fruit, it takes time, right? Okay, so the tree starts out as a little seedling, right, and then it sprouts, and then the sprout comes up through the soil, and then you have a small little sapling, and then it eventually grows to a tree, and then eventually to a point where it can actually bear fruit. And this is a process. It takes time, right? It takes growth, and it takes nourishment, and it takes different elements, right? To the element of water and of the air and of the soil and the mineral content and those types of things to make this little seed turn into that sapling and up into this or to a root and then a sapling and then into the tree itself and then to bring forth fruit. And so this really is not even a metaphor. It's a reality. It's a very direct correlation to spiritual life and what it takes to really bear fruit in your spiritual life and in your life in general, whether it's spiritual or not. Even in your work, your vocation, the things that you love and the things that you do, it's the fruit of your labors that you bring forth. It's the essence of your hard work, your effort, your dedication, your passion, your desire, all of these things that you put into whatever it is that you're doing, and especially into your spiritual life, it creates a fruit. You're nourishing this. You plant this seed of wanting to attain higher spiritual realization. or wanting a higher experience, or just wanting to know God more, or to understand God more, whatever it is, that seed is then planted, right? That seed's there, and then it gets planted, and it gets watered, and it gets nurtured, and it's given sunlight, and it's given rest and darkness, and it's given all the elements that it needs to sprout and to grow. And that's really what it is. It's planting that seed in your heart, um, that seed of devotion, really, and staying devoted to the effort that it takes for it to sprout out and to get to where it needs to go to bear that fruit. And it's the fruit that makes the tree bow low, right? So when you see a tree kind of bent over and doing its thing, it's the and actually it's the and sometimes being out of reach, right? But then the fruit itself, the weight of the fruit, bends the tree. It bends things down, and it brings things down into the atmosphere where it can be reached and where it can be grasped. And that's the real thing, is when you nurture your spiritual life, when you nurture your soul, and you work towards something, and you continually water that, and you continually nourish it, and you continually help it and encourage it to grow, and it does grow to the point where it's bearing fruit, then that fruit, you want it to be reachable, you want it to be attainable, you want it to be something that is within your own grasp, but also can be in the grasp of another. So, you think about, this with great works of spiritual teaching, great books, the Bible, all of these, admired spiritual texts and manuscripts and sacred books, have are all the fruit of a long time of nurturing that message and nurturing that truth and nurturing that reality. And then it comes forth in a fruitful way, right, where it can be enjoyed, and it can be assimilated, it can be tasted, and it can be tasted and assimilated. A taste of knowledge, a taste of God, a taste of spirituality. So now you've gone from that, planting that seed, to watering it, nurturing it, to growing the tree, to where you're far enough along in your spiritual life now where you're starting to see the fruit that it bears. The work that you do, the service that you do, what you give off is now starting to bear fruit, and it's bringing it down, bringing that tree down just ever so slightly to where it can be within the grasp of another, and another can grasp that fruit and take a bite of it and get nourishment from it, or taste it and say, this isn't for me, this isn't my taste, whatever. That happens too. But it's that whole process, right? That whole entire unfoldment that happens, and it's at the end of that unfoldment that the fruit is bared. And the more fruit that you bear, the more opportunity you have to share it with others. The more opportunity you have to be nourished by it yourself, but also to nourish others. And that's really the true aspect of life. What is spiritual realization really? If you don't share it, or you don't express it, or you don't live it in a way that inspires others to find it and help others find it, it's the best we can do, I think, while we're walking in these little meat suits on this little spinning disc, or whatever you want to call it. I think the best that we can do is try to live that way, to where we nourish things, to where we bear fruit, and we bear lots of ripe fruit, and we extend it to others in the way of our service, and in the way of the things that we create, and the things that we give to the world, the things that we express, can be such a gift and such a nourishment to another. So, yeah, I could go on and on about this one today. I didn't really need the commentary. I can talk about it a lot, but this is one of the things that I really enjoy about these two, is just a simple phrase and how you can really interpret it so many ways. And I've probably done this 3 or 4 different years over the last 5 or 6 years, where I've gotten on Facebook or Instagram or someplace on here, and shared this same date and day of bowl of sake, and it's the same every year. Every September 9th, it is the fruit that makes the tree bow low. And I've probably said something slightly different about it each year, but that's the beauty of these, that they inspire you, and they inspire you in the moment. And that's the way it should be. You know, it's not a set thing where this phrase for all eternity means only this. It can mean so much to different people, and that's what I love about real true spiritual teaching, real mystical spiritual teaching, because there's so much truth in it, but it's also, there's so much mystery in it, and there's so much that can be unfolded and unpacked by, you know, a simple phrase that could mean, you know, 10, 20 different things to different, if interpreted different ways, right? So yeah, that's the beauty of these. That's one of the things I love about the bowl of sake each day. But anyway, now I'm just rambling. So I'm going to let you get back to whatever it is you're doing. I appreciate you taking a moment out of your day to check out a bowl of sake by your old pal SVH, and I'll be back at you again tomorrow with another. If you liked it, go ahead and share it with somebody else. Share it on one of your pages, share it with a friend, let them know that over here doing this every day. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're on one of the channels that has one of those funky little buttons. And I do appreciate it. It helps me out a lot to get the message out there and to share this and to bear more fruit for everyone to taste and enjoy and hopefully get a little nourishment from as well. So be well, my friends. Catch you tomorrow.